This is the Gashouse Gang on 104.1 FM KMOX. Sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer. Now, the Gashouse Gang on KMOX.
All right, here we are on a Black Friday. We are doing it up today. It is Mike Claiborne, Matt Pauley, Chris Rongey on the Gashouse Gang as we are taking you into the weekend today. And glad you're with us. 314-436-7900 to text in. You can leave messages on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. There's a voice message feature. Just go ahead and send your message over if you want to do that. And, of course, you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So we got the fellas, Mike Claiborne, Matt Pauley with us. And, gosh, guys, there's a lot going on. It's already been, and we're going to talk a little football with Aaron Schatz at 12:30, who is the Chief Analytics Officer for FTN Fantasy. He is really good with football. And so we're going to talk to him at 12:30 about the NFL schedule and where it is. But yesterday was a pretty brilliant day of football, man. I mean, the Chiefs losing again. They're now 6-6 on the season. We just talked to Danon Hughes a few minutes ago about that. You've got the Packers winning in Detroit. You have the Bengals with Joe Burrow back, just beating up on Baltimore. Yesterday was a fascinating day of football.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. And this is what makes the NFL the NFL. Their ability to schedule. And obviously, they didn't know these teams were going to be in this situation at this time of the year. But overall, the way we love the NFL is because there's always a good game to be found. And maybe that's because there's parity in the league. And then there's also teams that can get healthy quicker in other sports. A good example. Pittsburgh. City of Pittsburgh Steelers always find themselves to be relevant, no matter who they have. Pittsburgh Pirates always find themselves irrelevant. Okay, two different sports. Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, they have Sidney Crosby. But they're just kind of a team. But the NFL, the way they schedule things and find a way to put their games on prime time at the time of the year. But my question is, both you guys, I'm looking at the schedule for Christmas. They're on who knows channel and streaming and this and you have the NBA with 5 games and the streaming thing is real. It's real. It's not like we can get up and change the channel like we used to. So I think that's going to be the most challenging day for any sports fan because you have 5 NBA games. I think you have 3 NFL games, maybe 4.
Christmas Day, yeah.
And so how's that going to work? Because when we were kids, your dad told you, hey, get up and turn the channel. All right. Yep. Now you have the remotes, and now you have to switch over to streaming compared to going to whatever. I just think it's going to be a nightmare. So I think I'm saying you better have two TVs. And for me, I have a TV in my kitchen and also a TV in my living room. Both of them are maybe 20 feet apart from each other. All right. So I don't miss anything. So I think I'm gonna have both TVs on in different channels.
It is. I think it's really obnoxious. And if you're just streaming, if all you care about is football, Netflix has 2 games, the 12 o'clock and a 3:30 game on Christmas Day. And then the night game is Prime. So you have to have Amazon for that. So it's not like if you're watching football that day, everything is staggered, so you're okay. But if you're wanting to watch other stuff, you're right about that, man. It is obnoxious to go back and forth from platforms instead of watching on. If you watch everything on YouTube, let's say you've got that service and all the games are on YouTube, you could do a quad box. You can have 4 different games on the screen at once.
But it doesn't matter though with the NFL. It just doesn't.
You're right.
This is not the first time that the NFL has been on Christmas. They started doing that already, and it's just they're killing the NBA. The Christmas Day was supposed to be the NBA's day. The NBA slate of games has become so much more irrelevant on Christmas Day simply because of the NFL. You put a baseball game on Apple TV on a Friday night, and the world is ending for so many people. You put an NFL game on Yahoo or something, and everybody will find it. There's not going to be a single person who complains about it. The NFL is the one sport, the one thing in this world you can can put it on anything and people are going to find it. So I understand, like, from a logistical standpoint, you can't press the recall button and go from one sport to another, but it doesn't matter when it involves the NFL because that's what people are going to be watching.
And you know what? What's interesting about that? 98% of the viewers have never put their hand in the ground one down of football. And we're fascinated by it because we love watching somebody else get the crap knocked out of them.
That's right.
And we love to make a wager on something we have no idea about. And it's just because most people have played. Most people have had a basketball. Most people have had a bat in their hand. But very few people ever put a helmet on. Very few people have ever had contact. And yet we are just enamored with it. When guys get carried off on the stretcher, you're like, okay. I hope he's okay. Who's going to back him up? Who's going to back him up? It's the most confounding thing I think I've ever experienced when it comes to sports.
Claibs, what's interesting about what you're saying right now, that most people probably haven't played football, but a good number of them have. What's interesting about that is I think that's the reason hockey is so... I don't want to call it inaccessible because it is so much fun to watch. Everybody loves going to games. It's really enjoyable. But in terms of talking about it, hockey, I think, is a big challenge because even fewer people play hockey growing up than play football. Yeah. There's not ice available to everybody. It's not like being in northern Canada where you can find a pond out back and play hockey. It's a much bigger undertaking. It's way more expensive. So that's why hockey doesn't get the love, I think, the way football and baseball and basketball do here.
I agree with you, Chris. And I think we rely on the broadcasters to teach us the game. Fortunately for me, growing up in North St. Louis, I taught myself how to play hockey. I would go to Steinberg. We only had two rinks. You had Steinberg and Forest Park, and Old Winterland, where the Blues used to practice in North County. And I taught myself the game to the point where somebody realized I was so bad. They helped teach me the game. And I followed it and played it at various levels. But you're right. I think most people have never wouldn't know how to lace up skates, let alone how to step on the ice. And still, and I agree with you. I think that's why it's a distant sport to a lot of people. But the ones who get it, they may be the most passionate fans of any sport we have.
That's right.
I think St. Louis is a great example. There are blues fans, and then there are hockey fans. And what I mean by that is when the Blues are playing, it's like, here we go. As soon as the Blues get eliminated from the playoffs, people go off. They don't watch the rest of the playoffs. They could care less about who's in the Stanley Cup Finals if the Blues aren't in it or they're not close to it.
I do think the accessibility thing is certainly a deal with hockey. I mean, when I was in high school, I had no problem being able to play football because there's no added cost to that. The school has the pads, the school has everything. If you want to play hockey, there's a pretty major cost that generally goes along with that. That equipment is your equipment. You're partially responsible for the ice time. Generally at like 6 o'clock in the morning is when these are. And I can remember going to high school hockey games when I was in high school just as a fan. And you're playing these games at 11 o'clock at night because that's when you're able to get the ice. So I do think the accessibility thing exists more for if you want to play football, you can find a way to play football. If you want to play hockey, you might not be able to find a way to play.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. Football. We used to have a traditional Thanksgiving Day game of tag tackle slash brawl. Guys would just play. And I'm sure people do that for other sports as well. Maybe they do hockey. I don't know if anybody's playing baseball in November like that. But it's something that you can carry on throughout your life and feel like you contribute. Now you may not be as good as you think, as you were, but it's something you would do on a regular basis. And I don't do that anymore as far as football is concerned. I don't like cold weather. But there was a time we would always the same guys, and then their sons would come out. And it was like a bonding thing because that way we didn't have to be in the kitchen cooking.
Mm-hmm. That's right. or doing
take
the
it out
dishes.
take it out the trash. Yeah, exactly.
The after effect, all the stuff that happens afterwards is the worst.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm looking for volunteers. I still have half a kitchen that needs to be put together from yesterday. So if you guys,
I think Matt's available.
Done.
My wife is awesome, and I mean, she spent so much time last night. Just the aftermath is correct, and I did take out the trash. That was my single contribution to the whole thing last night.
You want a medal? You want a medal now for that?
No, I don't. But she did everything, and it took a long time. There's a lot to the cleanup process.
Well, see, I like to cook. So what I do is invite all my friends who I know. I won't call them homeless, but they're without a real meal. So I invite them, and you just never know who's going to show up. Right. And we had a few more people that I thought were going to show up. And they came with something in hand, which is always good. But at the end of the day, that whole aftermath is something you just look and like you've had a good time when the dishwashers run 3 different times. You still have a line of dishes ready to be washed.
Yes. That's right. Hey, let me offer you this. It's a little low class, but I don't care. Paper plates.
Yeah.
The disposable plates. You got the plastic ones that look nice. You can do that,
dude. One day out of the year where you want to act like you've been there before. So I'm good. I don't have a problem.
See, that's what I would argue. That's how you know you've been there before. Because you say, I don't want to do that again. I ain't cleaning all that up. Here's some plastic.
But you know what? That's kind of part of the process, though. I mean, we complain about it, but man, we're so fortunate to be able to do it. So I do the full gamut, and I make everything from scratch. I didn't buy I bought a turkey. I mean, that was the only thing that I had. But the stuffing and the vegetables, and all the hors d'oeuvres stuff. I do all that from scratch, and I love it. I take 2 bites, and I'm just sitting there watching everybody else.
It's great, man. Did you save us any?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing. You know what? No survivors.
Really? That's awesome. You made the perfect amount of food. Before we hit the break, just to answer this one NFL question before we get to the commercial here. With the Chiefs having lost yesterday, I mean, I have been of the mindset that they were going to be fine, early season, just having an unusual start, but they always find a way to be there in the end. They'll make it back to a Super Bowl. They're that good. Mm-hmm. But now they're 6-6, and they kind of have to win out the rest of the way.
Yep.
Do the Chiefs miss the playoffs?
Man, that would be tragic for the game. I know that. So yesterday's game, you have the two most loved, two most hated teams playing each other. So there was no loser yesterday. But I think what we're seeing with the Chiefs is when you win for so long, you don't have a chance to replenish players because you're drafting late. You don't have a lot of money cap-wise because you're paying certain guys a lot of money, and it is finally caught up to them. So now we're going to see if they can really buckle down. All right, let's just go play. Because we have nothing to lose but the season right now. Personally speaking, I think they're going to be the most dangerous team in the league right now because I think they have too many winning players on that team to just suck it up and just go home. So I think Kansas City is going to get in. They're going to need some help. Somebody else is going to have to stub their toe. But I still think Kansas City is. They get in. They're going to be interesting to watch.
They're going to be favored in their final 5 games. Home against Houston, home against the Chargers, at Tennessee, home against Denver, at the Raiders. The 2 toughest games left on their schedule are home games against the Chargers and against Denver.
Yep.
And that Denver one especially. The Broncos would love to walk into Arrowhead on week 17 and knock the Chiefs out of the playoffs. They are going to be ready to play that game, but the Chiefs are going to be favored in all of those games, and I think if they do end up as a 10-win team, I think that's probably good enough to get them into the playoffs.
Yeah, because somebody else is going to stub their toe. I agree with you, Matt. That'd be the most dangerous 10-win team in the playoffs this year. And by the way, another reason why we love the NFL. I don't know who a good team is anymore. Just when I was ready to get on the Colts wagon, they got waxed. Yeah. All the West Coast teams, the 49ers, the Rams, Seattle, they're all good. I don't know who's good in the East. Apparently, New England's a pretty good football team. In the Central, we saw Green Bay go into Detroit, who we thought were the darlings of the league, and they get beat at home. So I don't know who's good.
You can't trust any of these teams. That's the problem.
No, exactly.
All of them at their best look like they could win the Super Bowl, but then you go look at the Packers' worst. All of a sudden, Jordan Love looks like he's just a guy.
Yep.
Whereas yesterday he looked, Ron, you know this, and your Bears today, the huge
Today's
game for them.
Today's a very big game for them.
Yeah.
Huge game for the Bears.
Yeah.
And that top of the division there in the North with the Packers and the Bears and the Lions, I mean, those are three really good teams.
Here's the thing, and I want to say, the Bears are absolutely for real, but I don't feel like I can do it yet. I'm talking myself into it, but this is
you're a Bears,
their game.
You're a Bears fan. You all think like that.
But dude,
all
come
Bears
on.
All Bears fans think like that.
Yeah, do you blame
us? You might as well be a Cubs fan.
There was
same thing.
Oh man, there was that year they started 5-2. I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, I think they were like 5-2, and everybody thought, "Oh, look at this!" And they missed the playoffs. Like they're just that kind of team. So I don't know what to think of anybody in the conference or in the division except for Minnesota. I think the Vikings are just bad. But the Lions, Packers, Bears, they're all this. I don't really know what they are, and maybe a game against Philadelphia today helps decide that a little bit. But that's just a division that everybody thought was arguably the best division in football. You've got 3 teams that I'm not exactly sure what they are.
Well, but you know what? If you look around the other divisions, I think they can all say that. They don't know who they are.
That's true. Except for the Rams. I think the Rams are pretty damn good.
Yeah, and you know what? I think San Francisco when they're missing a lot of people. I think their coach is doing. And I'm looking at him. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. You had a first round pick as your backup, and he's backing up the last guy that was drafted in his year, and he's made both those guys good quarterbacks. And when you look at them offensively, when McCaffrey's healthy, they're good. They need a little bit more help up front. Defensively, they have a lot of guys that are missing. They find themselves legitimately relevant. And again, this is what the NFL is all about. And what's amazing about that. And you and I, Matt, we know all these sports. I don't know if there's another league that can say that with regard to the competitive balance that they have. I mean, you wake up in baseball, certain teams are going to be crappy. In hockey, that San Jose is not going to be very good, whomever. But in football, every year, somebody steps up and says, "Whoa, where'd they come from?" And then you also say, "What happened to them? What happened to them?" It's fascinating. It's really funny, which is why we spent the last 30 minutes talking about it.
Claiborne, Paulie, Rongey on the Gashouse Gang, brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. We will talk football with Aaron Schatz. That's coming up at 12:30. A few more minutes with these guys next on KMOX.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
Today was October 7th, 1944.
There when St. Louis celebrated.
The only streetcar World Series in St. Louis. It was the Cardinals against the Browns. And Stan the Man went deep.
Man on first, 1 out. Top of the first inning. Stan Musial, another left-handed hitter. The slugger of the card stands in there. Pitch to him, swung on, a long ball hit deep to right field. It's going far out into right field. It's landing on the roof for a home run.
That was Stan's only home run of that series. The Cardinals beat the Browns in 6 games.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Brought to you by Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
This is Ron Kraszewski, Chairman and CEO of Stifel. As the year comes to a close, I want to thank our clients, colleagues, and communities for your trust and support. We're especially proud of the Stifel U.S. ski team. Their drive, resilience, and pursuit of their goals this winter reminds us what's possible when we stay committed. From all of us at Stifel, we wish you and your family a joyful holiday season and a new year filled with health, happiness, and success. Stifel, where success meets success.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. The wait is over, and we are now selling at the Reserve at Wildwood. The early bird gets the worm, so call today and pick the home of your dreams at the coveted Wildwood Town Center, located at Highway 100 and 109. You will love the design of the Reserve with its extensive trails and wooded common ground. In a park-like setting, select from our popular Liberty or luxurious designer series homes from the 560s. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
This is Senator Eric Schmidt congratulating KMOX and its 50,000 red-hot watts on 100 years on the air in St. Louis.
Gashouse Gang with Mike Claiborne, Matt Pauley, and Chris Rongey. We'll talk more NFL at the bottom of the hour with Aaron Schatz. But, guys, it did happen, finalized yesterday, a 6-year extension for head coach Eli Drinkwitz of Missouri football. There was a closed-door meeting on Wednesday with a board of curators. Then yesterday, the deal was finalized, $64.5 million, so an average of close to $11 million per season. We've talked about this extension and the danger of him possibly going somewhere else. What do you think of this deal, Claibs? We'll start with you.
I guess, you're hedging your situation considering the fact that there's a lot of programs that are available right now. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. A lot of programs are looking for coaches. But I was having a very interesting discussion with a very well-oiled Florida booster a few weeks ago. And so I said, what are you guys going to do about a coach? I mean, this guy could write out the check like that. All right. And so he says, well, we're not interested in your guy. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, what has he won? What's he done? He said, I think, and so he was he knew his homework. He said, you hired him because you thought he was this young offensive mind that you guys can build around, right? And I said, well, that's one of the reasons. He said, how many offensive coordinators and play calls has he had since he's been here? And I said, well, I think he's on 2 or 3 now. He said, okay, what player has he made? And so he went down a list of things, and I'm kind of like nodding my head like, yeah, you may be right. But having said that, I think what Eli Drinkwitz has done has brought so much energy to the university on campus as far as the feeling that our football team can compete. I think we're seeing it with the basketball program as well, and really all the sports, but I think it started with football. I'm happy that we've got this out of the way. I'm anxious to know what the buyout is in case we don't like this in 2 years.
2 years?
Because
try 1
buyouts
year. I mean, every single one of these is a one-year deal.
Yeah, and it used to be when you got fired, they would give you your base salary plus another year. Because there are a lot of things, the TV, radio, the contracts for shoes and all that. Those are all things that are on the side, but your base contract from the university is very, very small compared to the big number on the back end. And so I don't know what the buyout is like if you don't want them anymore.
I don't think Mizzou's going to get to a point where they don't want him, but I do think there's going to be a thing where other schools are going to come back after him again, and especially if he continues to win at the level he's been winning.
So, but I think, and I know some of the people who are involved in the contract negotiations, I think what you have to have is, you want to go over to who knows state because they're going to pay you more? Guess what? They're going to pay us too. So you have to make sure that buyout is one that if he wants to go across the street and coach somewhere else, that school is going to have to pay not only him, but you as well. I think you have to be creative that way. The whole coaching carousel has changed dramatically since NIL and all the other things that have come into play. The portal has certainly been a big factor. So I think schools now have to protect themselves more if somebody goes across the street. And if you don't think so, you think LSU is happy about the fact they're writing out a check to a guy for $54 million that they didn't want?
Doing it.
Yeah.
But they're doing it.
They are. You're right. They're doing it. But I think that schools now have to be smarter about what that buyout looks like. And the agents have to be smarter on what they're going to get in return. James Franklin, he had a boatload of money coming to him, but he decided to go to Virginia Tech, and they bought out part of that contract. So he's not going to get all that money from Penn State like he thought he was going to get because now he has another job. So the creativity in negotiations is going to be altered a little bit. But to answer your question initially, I think Eli Drinkwitz gives Missouri the best chance to be not only competitive, but find themselves playing in a very meaningful bowl game when it comes to the playoffs. But I think he's got to make some changes on the coaching staff, though. That's the other thing.
I know we're up against the break, so I won't take too long here, but I'll just say Drinkwitz is the guy. And could the offensive play calling be better? Sure. But what he is doing from a transfer portal standpoint, from a building talent on the roster standpoint, it's really good. Yeah. And we are living in this world in college football right now where it's really easy to say, well, we don't want to spend that kind of money, but then all of a sudden LSU doesn't want Brian Kelly anymore, and they find somebody to write a $54 million check. At every major university, there's going to be somebody there who's ready to write the check if they want somebody or if they don't want somebody.
Matt Pauley,
it's too bad they're not in the radio business.
Well, that's right. Hey,
we can have somebody write out a $54 million check to us.
Matt Pauley, you've got Rush Hour Sports today at 5 and then SLU basketball right after, right?
Yeah, I'll only go 45 minutes today because the Billikens got a fantastic win yesterday against Santa Clara.
Yep.
That's a great win for them, and they'll play later on today.
Got Stanford 6 o'clock. We'll have that broadcast right here. SLU is undefeated to start the season. Matt Pauley's got Rush Hour Sports from 5 until then. Thank you, Matt.
You bet.
But for now,
Take care, Matt.
Mike Claiborne, Chris Rongey still with you on the Gashouse Gang. When we come back, we'll talk more NFL. We've got Aaron Schatz from the FTN Fantasy Network. He is next on KMOX.
Weekdays at 5, it's Rush Hour Sports on KMOX. Hot stove blazing. College football bowl season heating up. College basketball teams making their final prep for conference play. NFL teams jockeying for playoff positions. And the latest in Cardinals baseball and Blues hockey. Fast updates, instant analysis, zero wasted seconds. St. Louis sports, all of it. Delivered right at Rush Hour. Rush Hour Sports, weekdays at 5 on KMOX.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey, and can you believe it's already the holiday season? While most people are thinking about lights and gift lists, a lot of homeowners are also wondering if now is the right time to sell or if they should wait until the new year. So I'm here with Gloria Liu from Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria, what should sellers be thinking about right now?
Great question. Even during the holidays, serious buyers are still out there, and with fewer homes on the market, sellers actually face less competition. When we get into the new year, listings start to spike and competition rises. But that's never a problem for my clients because I guarantee to sell your home at your price and time frame, or I will buy it myself. Whether you want to move now or after the holidays, we'll make it smooth and stress-free.
That's why Gloria Lou is the trusted choice for St. Louis home sellers. Call 314-325-6888 or visit gloriahasthebuyers.com. From all of us, happy holidays, and here's to your next move being your best one. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Winter weather advisory is in effect, and that is happening until Sunday because of some snow that is expected very early tomorrow. Right now it's 35 and mostly cloudy. We'll have a high today of 38.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/life.
For 100 years, KMOX has been part of St. Louis. Now, Together Credit Union is helping celebrate that legacy. Starting in November, visit any Together Credit Union branch to pick up a KMOX 100th anniversary commemorative ornament for just $5 while supplies last. Each ornament supports Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis. Together Credit Union, honoring 100 years of KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, and Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis, improving the health of all children.
Menards Black Friday sale is here. Get everything you need to bring home the holidays. A Nerf Blaster dog toy blasts tennis balls 75 feet. Fun for you and your pup. Just $15.99. Delicious to buy chocolate is $12.99 a bag. Color-changing squish lamps and Performax drill bit sets are only $4.99 each. Menards has great Black Friday gifts for everyone in your family. Hurry in while supplies last. Good through November 30th. See menards.com for details.
At Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, every moment with our patients is a gift. This holiday season, you can be the reason children have hope as they fight serious illness and reach milestones once thought impossible. Your gift provides life-saving care to those who need it most. Please donate today at treeofhope.org and be the reason a child has hope for tomorrow.
Get into the spirit of the season with free holiday concerts by the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America, December 6th through 12th. Get free tickets and locations at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org.
Saturday, it's NCAA football action as Notre Dame faces Stanford in college football play. It all kicks off at 9 p.m. on America's Sports Voice, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Gashouse Gang, 104.1 FM, KMOX. Time to go to the guest line this afternoon. A lot of football yesterday. Some really good games happening. And there's one today that is a big one as well. We'll talk about in just a moment. But joining us on the guest line is Aaron Schatz with FTN Fantasy. He's the Chief Analytics Officer there, and he joins us now on KMOX. Aaron, good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys today?
We're doing great. Let's go ahead and start with that Chiefs game yesterday, because I just have been of the mindset for weeks that they're going to figure it out. They'll be okay. They'll get into the playoffs, and that by this point of the year, they will have started to play the brand of football we're used to from them. It isn't happening just yet. So what is your take on them, their playoff odds, and what happens from here on out?
I mean, they're still one of the top teams in the league. The underlying statistics for them are very good. It's just they've gone from being 12-0 in one-score games to being, 1-6 in one-score games this year. Yep. I mean, it's all their losses are by one score. So there's a lot of sort of random variation in that. We still have them fifth in our rating. They may be sixth after last night because Green Bay was sixth, and they're going to go up after their performance yesterday. But Kansas City is still a pretty good team. We still have them making the playoffs about half the time.
Hey, Aaron, I was a fantasy guy 20, 25 years ago when it first came on board to be something that would help pass a Sunday. What's it like now? And I don't know, when you decided I want to be in this business, how did you present that to your family to say, I think I'm going to be the chief analytic officer for a fantasy football league, which right away, I think is one of the real reasons that stirs the drink for the NFL, because people are either gambling on games or they have a fantasy team. And I think one of the issues that I see with it now, we don't have favorite teams anymore. We have favorite players who produce numbers
plenty of
on
people
Sunday.
still have favorite teams. Plenty of people still have favorite teams. Oh, there's still a lot of team identification out there. I will point out, I work for a site called FTN Fantasy, but I'm more of a straight analytics guy. I do analytics on fantasy and on gambling, but also more just about like how teams win and lose in general. It's just that the site that I work for is called FTN Fantasy. But I started doing this as a side gig when I had another job, and then I lost my other job, and I just built a whole career out of this. So there wasn't any point where I turned to anyone and said, I think I'm going to write about football for a living. It all just sort of happened organically.
So when I was in the league with a relative of mine, and it was around the country, so the buy-in was $5,000. And, the transactions were like $250 per transaction. So there was a pretty big pot at the end. So, and we won this thing 3 out of the 5 years we did it. He called me this year. He said, "Hey, you want to get back in?" And I was like, "Well, I don't follow as much as I used to, but I had inside relationships where I kind of knew what was going on." And I said, "What's the buy-in?" He says, it's 10,000. You want in? And he would put the money in, but he needed me. He just wanted my advice on things. I was his consultant, and we had a fair split in the deal. And I'm wondering what kind of leagues are you hearing about now as far as people who have fantasy teams? Because most of them are not that big, but this one is. No. These are guys from all over the country buying in on this thing.
I mean, most people are just doing it with their friends or coworkers, small-time stuff like $100 for a league or even less than that, just for bragging rights. The popular thing now is what they call these guillotine leagues, where when a team, the worst team of the week, all the players, that guy is then out for the season, and all of his players become free agents, and you get a chance to grab them. That's kind of a popular way to play fantasy these days. Another thing that some leagues are doing are you play 2 games every week. You play your opponent and you play against the median. That way, if you have really bad luck and your opponent has a really, really good week, but you have a good week too, you still get some points, which is kind of a cool way to do it.
Yeah. I think that's a really fun way to do it. I've never done one of those, and I've definitely not done the Guillotine League, which it seems like it'd be maddening.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. Absolutely not. We are talking to Aaron Schatz from FTN Fantasy with us on KMOX. We were talking about the NFC North just a few minutes ago, because you've got 3 teams there that I think. I'm a Bears fan, and I really don't know what to make of them. I don't even know if they're good or not, even though they're 8-3. I think they are, but there's some doubt there. And then you've got the Lions, who were supposed to be world beaters, and they're not right now. The Packers look pretty good, but they don't look as good as they looked at the very beginning of the season. What do you make of that division, which was, before the season, expected to be one of the best in the league?
My numbers are not big on the Bears. Now, I mean, watch me get, proven wrong by them winning today.
Yeah.
But the advanced stats go all the way back to 1978. And in all that time, the Bears are the worst team at 8-3. Like, of all the teams that have been 8-3, and people respond to me like, "But they're 8-3." I'm like, I know. I'm only comparing them to other teams that have been 8-3, but They've played the second easiest schedule in the league. They have a lot of very close wins. They have good luck. They have good fumble recovery luck. Fumble recoveries are fairly random. So I don't think the Bears are particularly good. The Packers and Lions are really good, and the Lions have had some bad luck. And fourth downs, it just hasn't worked out for them on fourth downs the last couple of weeks when it normally does. So the Packers are probably going to win that division. But we still have the Lions at about 61% to make the playoffs and the Bears at about 50%.
Who's a team that, as we in the final portion of the season schedule-wise, give me a team out there that maybe we should start paying closer attention to? Because Chris and I were talking earlier, I like San Francisco, the Rams, and Seattle. Like, they all bring something to the party. But I still think there's another team lurking out there that maybe because of the weather changes and maybe they have a good running game or maybe they can force turnovers that we need to start paying closer attention to.
I mean, I guess the answer would be the Bengals because their schedule gets easier and Joe Burrow is back. There's no team, like the teams with the easiest remaining schedules are like a lot of teams that are out of it entirely, like the Saints or the Giants. The easiest remaining schedule belongs to the Buccaneers, but everybody kind of feels like the Buccaneers already have their division won, so that's not really an answer. So I guess if you're looking for a team that could kind of come from out of nowhere over the next few weeks, it would be Cincinnati.
Well, has there been a team to this point that has surprised you to see where they are now?
Oh, of course. I mean, nobody saw Indianapolis doing this. No one saw Indianapolis playing this well. And Seattle is playing better on offense in particular than I think anybody ever would have imagined that they were going to play. I think that defensively, there were reasons to believe that Mike McDonald in his second year, in his second year in Baltimore, that defense became top of the league. So there was sort of the idea that in Seattle, the same thing could happen. But I don't think anybody saw the Seattle offense being as good as it is this year.
What about the Patriots?
Yeah, the Patriots also came from out of nowhere. The Patriots, like the Bears, are not as good as their record. They have played one of the easiest schedules in NFL history when it comes to average strength of opponent. Their defense, is really overrated. Drake May is definitely not overrated. Drake May is that good.
I'm just laughing at you because you seem like Boston College should be on their schedule as far as easiest opponents.
Boston College is basically on their schedule, man. The NFC South. Have you watched the New Orleans
Amherst
Saints
is on their
this
schedule.
year? Have you watched the New Orleans Saints?
The New Orleans Aints?
That is like
they're
UMass.
terrible.
That's like playing UMass. Like, it really is. And I mean, listen, hey man, people should get some winners around here. That's where I happen to live. And since BC is over the ACC and UMass can't win a game to save their lives, thank God that the New England Patriots are good.
The Saints are the kind of team that Alabama would put on their schedule as a non-conference game. I mean, they're
Didn't Clemson play Furman last week or something? I mean,
was that? And I feel like I just read something about UMass being the worst college football program in the country. Over the last several years or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but. Yeah,
this is where we need relegation.
That's right. Yes,
there's some schools that need to go. But they're great in September to play. So you can hang 60 on them, and the alumni feels good about their team. And the big boosters kid who's fourth string punter gets a chance to get on the field. Yeah, that's what they're there for.
If people know Bill Connolly, he writes for ESPN. He's a Missouri guy. He used to write for me. He does college football. He does a ranking every week on social media of all 764 college football teams. And it's really funny to see he's got like Division II teams that his numbers say are probably would be favored over UMass.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah, Bill's got a lot of time on his hands, obviously.
Yeah, but it's hilarious because you're like, oh, you start like following the college you went to, and it's like, I'm 211th this week. It's great.
I won't look at it because the school I went to doesn't have a football team anymore, which means they probably could beat somebody if they put a bunch of guys together.
Go up against Oberlin, and you're pretty good.
Hey, what I think that for us here in St. Louis, there's still the hangover about the Rams leaving town. So anytime they're not good, people enjoy that. But this year they appear to be really, really good. Are they as good? Are they as good as the record?
Yeah, they're the number one team by everybody. Everybody who does advanced stats at this point has the Rams as the number one team. Everyone who does power rankings basically has the Rams as the number one team. My numbers have the Rams number one in both offense and defense, which is really rare. They are the best team in the league right now, yes.
Oh, that's good. Well, Aaron Schatz, this was fun. We appreciate talking football with you.
We have to do this again.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And so the Phillies going to win today, right?
I mean, they're heavily favored for a good reason because, like I said, the Bears are not as good as their record. Strange things happen. I don't think anybody expected Cincinnati to win last night, certainly not by as much as they won. But the Eagles are a better team, so the Eagles are definitely favored today.
Well, I love hearing that. All right. Appreciate it, Aaron Schatz. Thank
punishment.
you.
FTNFantasy.com is the website. Folks should check it out. We've got a Thanksgiving sale with the code TURKEY.
Awesome. Thank you.
This.
Aaron Schatz, FTN Fantasy. Again, you can follow him on Twitter at @ASchatz. That's SCHATZ NFL. @Schatz NFL. He's very good. So appreciate talking football with him. And he just told me basically, Claibs, what I already knew, that the Bears are.
But you loved it, though. You're going to go out and smoke a cigarette after this break now because you have now been pleasured.
Because I'm a glutton for punishment? Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. So I'm a fan of this team.
Yes.
Damn it. All right. So we'll see what happens today. They do play at 2:00. Missouri, guess what? Get ready because FanDuel is America's #1 sports book, and it's coming soon. Monday, December 1st. New customers in Missouri can get up to $300 in bonus bets when you make your first $5 bet. From touchdowns to homers to three-pointers with FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. And there's also live betting, which is a lot of fun, and you can do it on an app that is safe, secure, and super easy to use. It is the best way to game day with FanDuel coming soon to Missouri. FanDuel.com/Missouri, and you'll be set to bet when FanDuel goes live on Monday. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Play your game with FanDuel, the #1 rated sportsbook app.
Help KMOX make the holiday season brighter for St. Louis area children by supporting TSO Tuesdays, benefiting Sightland kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. On Tuesdays, Sugar Fire will donate a portion of their TSO tickets today for this holiday tradition. All you need to know at KMOX.com.
And you just heard me talking about the FanDuel app. You must be 21 and over and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Offer starts 12/1/2025. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
Working full-time but still falling behind? Learn how real estate education can help you build income and get ahead on your terms. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
I don't know how to ask.
They know what sounds are funny.
Or what smells are funky.
That's right. No one knows their furnace like they do. So go ahead, ask.
Okay. Is your furnace funky?
If it is, then make but one call.
And Jerry Kelly will be there the very next day.
Call anytime, 8 to 8, 8 days a week.
And Jerry Kelly will fix your furnace or install a new one the very next day.
JerryKelly.com. Taking care of your health should be simple. And with the Neovitin monthly subscription, it finally is. Choose your doctor-formulated multivitamin and we'll deliver it straight to your door every month. No more running out, no more remembering to reorder, just consistent nutrition made easy. Plus, subscribers save 10% every month and can pause or cancel at any time. Visit neovitin.com and start your subscription today. Neovitin, trusted nutrition every day.
Now back to the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling on 104.1 FM KMOX.
All right, Claibs, as we do have about a minute or so left on the Gashouse Gang, if not had an opportunity.
Oh, that's all?
That's it, man. And then you get to go about your weekend. Me too. And
it's the birthday weekend, so I'm gonna live
Oh,
it
it's
up
your birthday this weekend.
Yeah, today.
Oh, happy birthday,
So
Claibs.
I don't plan anything other than just showing up. So it's not a birthday; it's a festival. It's kind of like Mardi Gras. This goes on for the next week or so.
Oh, perfect. I love, dude. Mardi Gras is my favorite. That's why I moved to Soulard.
Tell me about it.
Hey, so
Tell me about it.
Now we've only got about 30 seconds. Your thoughts on the Sonny Gray deal and what the Cardinals did?
I
there?
love it. I love it for everybody. Sonny Gray is going to do well in Boston because he won't be the number one guy. The Cardinals dump some salary as well. They're going to get two legitimate prospects in return. One guy they think can be in the rotation. So I think overall it's a good deal moving forward. There's more to come. So I don't want people to think, oh, this is all we're going to do. I think there's more to come. But I think, Chris, more than anything else, are you seeing how quickly guys are signing and doing deals and accepting options? I don't think we're going to see guys standing around in the middle of February wondering where they're going to work. I think things are going to be expedited, which I think is going to be good for the game and certainly going to be good for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Dylan Cease just got that 7-year deal with Toronto a couple of days ago.
And you know what? And I think that's kind of a safe deal.
Yeah.
$30 million these days is nothing
not much
compared to what these other guys are paying.
That's right.
But he's safe.
That's right.
So I like it, and I think we're going to see more of that.
All right, when you see Mike Claiborne out and about this weekend, wish him happy birthday. And you could actually, for the next full week, we'll be saying happy birthday to you next Friday, too. How about that?
Can't wait. And then, if it's really good, we'll extend it into Christmas.
That's cool. Actually, let's keep your birthday going until my birthday in March.
I like it.
All right, done.
I like it. I don't know if my liver can stand it, but we'll try.
All right, let's go. Mike Claiborne,
right.
Chris Rongey, thanks for being with me. Thanks for being with us, you, the listener. And Claibs will do this again next Friday. So happy birthday to Mike Claiborne. This has been the Gashouse Gang. Anything you missed is on the Odyssey app, iHeart app, or wherever you get your podcasts. But how about this? Mike Elam is coming up next on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National